All right, we finally made it to the end of the PCS trophy tournament that myself and Boulevard have been casting over the last 9 weeks. And the first video that I'm going to put up for you guys from this tournament is what Boulevard and I are basically dubbing as the pseudo finals before the finals actually happen, because these games between Numiel and Freshlobster were absolutely fire. I'm gonna just, oh man, I don't even want to spoil it. I was almost gonna spoil a little bit. If you were on any of our casts lately, you would have heard how the end of the third match ended up going. But God, just let me tell you, watching this entire game is 100% worth it. So we have Numiel and Freshlobster here in the losers bracket on day one of the Grand Championship, the Grand Finals of the PCS Trophy Tournament. Oh my God, this was a banger. Without further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore. You guys can just watch this absolutely outstanding gameplay. But it looks like we do have the bands in, so we're about to get started with Numiel and Freshlobster. They did get the go-ahead. The bands. The bands
Give them to me.
Numi banned Freljord on the side of Lobster.
Makes sense.
Lobster banned Demacia on the side of Numi.
Okay, so Lobster saying, I will take that Endure Spider and Ezreal Karma. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. And we are getting into the game. Let's go.
That was a lot faster than I anticipated.
Yeah, I know. Well, I saw go, 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 and I'm like, I'm going. I'm going. I'm here. I'm here. No blue screen this time. I hope I didn't jinx it. Jesus, knock on wood. So we are here. Game one. We're going to get, for the first match anyways, They Who Endure versus Freshlobsters. Karma, Ezreal. Who you got, Boulevard?
I actually, it's weird. I feel like we don't see a lot of Karma Ezreal versus Endure Spiders.
No, actually. I was just, so the second I asked that question, I was like, wait a second. When's the last time this happened?
I think Numiel's version might actually play a little bit better into this matchup. The Karma Ezreal decks don't play as much removal as they used to. They're more in on stun packages. They have about 6 stun cards in the deck. And stuns don't feel great against these low-to-the-ground, very wide boards that Numiel is going to be presenting with the more aggressive approach that she's taken here, especially with this beautiful curve of Bark Beast into Elise.
Yeah, this, so, I mean, we were kind of giving her crap for the Elise. I don't think it's the best option in this They Who Endure deck archetype, but we'll see. I mean, again, like you said, a pretty good curve here. Going to go ahead and still be able to push some damage with this Elise against this Karma Ezreal deck. And is this kind of where Elise becomes pretty, like, useful, is against this Karma Ezreal matchup?
It is a 3 health unit. That's pretty difficult for Karma Ezreal to remove baseline. I mean, Lobster does have the tools. Granted, it's going to take him a couple of turns between the Mystic Shot and the the Static Shock. I just see a yellow P and Z spell that does damage, and I'm like, that one's Get Excited.
So, I don't think... So, actually, and before I say this, actually, speaking of Get Excited, so Freshlobster is actually playing 2 Gotcha, no Get Excited. So Gotcha would really be the only thing that Numi should be worried about in regards to having her Elise removed. Also, not enough mana yet on the side of Freshlobster for Static Shock and Mystic Shot to kind of clear up the board this turn. So I do like Numiel developing the Aversion Sentry here. I don't think there's really anything that she has to worry about in regards to being punished for it, except Gotcha. And we see that there is no Gotcha in Freshlobster's hand. And obviously now Numiel knows that.
My concern is that Lobster gets to develop Ezreal here. And I don't think there's a great punish on the side of Numiel for that. I think Lobster is going to start to get to generate these Mystic Shots, and while it might take him a little while, he is eventually going to get this Elise and really anything else that he wants off the board. It would take like either double Blighted Caretaker or a Blighted Caretaker with the copy of Mark of the Isle in order to actually kill that. And even then, you are vulnerable to a stun effect.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, every time I play against They Who Endure as well. I mean, if you have an elusive unit, like, that's going to be really hard for the They Who Endure deck to deal with. So anytime any Ezreal deck that's playing against this They Who Endure deck is usually going to try to get Ezreal down as quick as possible, right? And I do think Freshlobster will be rewarded if he does decide to go with that next turn. And honestly, setting himself up, too, to get a free Mystic Shot to put into this Elise here in a second.
Yeah, it looks like Numiel is going to value the damage that comes out of this.
Yeah.
and is going to go ahead and pump that one up. That does mean we're going to get the full amount of damage coming through at Lobster. 7 down to 13 already on turn 3. That's about as aggressive as a start as you can hope for in an Endure Spider deck. Third Bladed Caretaker,
Ooh.
not the best draw you could hope for.
Oh, this hand is really awkward on the side of Numiel.
And another Mark of the Isle. That is not what you want to see. Now the stun effects actually do get some agency in Lobster's hand.
Yeah, stuns are really going to hardcore shut down these Mark of the Isles. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have it. He didn't have it for last turn, which is good. So she's going to have to really carefully play this Mark of the Isles based on what Freshlobster has for mana left. If he's sitting on 4 mana, Mark of the Isles, you just know is not really a good option. Even 2 mana with Steel Tempest could be an issue.
Man, I like Mark of the Isle, but every time your opponent plays a spell and you're like, oh, I can Mark of the Isle to save it, and then you're like, oh, whoopsie, it's ephemeral now. I can't actually use this card defensively.
Well, we'll see. I imagine this Mystic Shot goes nowhere else but Elise.
That would make sense to me, given that we didn't Static Shock the 2 1-health units.
Oh, man, it feels like if she could get Neverglade down this turn, things would feel a lot better going into next turn with these Bloody Caretakers, but it's just...
Yeah. I think Lobster's concern was Glimpse Beyond, and thinking, you know, is there any way that I can actually punish this Glimpse Beyond later on? Is it really that important that I remove the Elise?
All right. So, do we go for the Blighted Care? Okay.
I mean, this is the problem I was talking about, where, like, you can Caretaker with Mark of the Owl to try and kill the Ezreal, but then Lobster has the stun effect available, and now he even has the Steel Tempest, has the mana efficient one.
Yep. So no matter what, this is just going to get shut down, and I think that this is where Numi just starts to lose the tempo, right? I mean, she went all in on the aggressive, you know, okay, we're going to go ahead and try to do the Mark of the Isles on the Average Century, push through this damage, gut Freshlobster down to 13 really quick, but now this one stun is just going to completely shut that down. The Ezreal's going to get probably another attack off next turn to remove yet another unit, and now Numi is stuck with 2 Bloody Caretakers in hand and probably no units to activate it.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case, and I mean, just the triple Blighted Caretaker draw is rough, and then you go into a matchup like this where you can only really use it for damage. It doesn't have great defensive capabilities. It doesn't have great, you know, like, board control capabilities. It's really just used to push damage in a matchup where typically you want to avoid development before attack if you can, because of the amount of punishes coming out of your opponent. And because she had the attack token on turn 5, it doesn't behoove her to get down the Bladed or the Neverglade Collector this turn. Instead, has to go for the Caretaker, and that's just a little bit more missed damage thanks to something like that happening the way that it did. We are going to go for the stun on, or not the stun, the Mark of the Isle onto the Sapling. Go ahead and kill that Ezreal. Because Lobster did go for the Palm, doesn't have mana left for the Steel Tempest.
Wow, and that's something, wow, that's really weird to me that Freshlobster went for that. I understand why, because he's thinking, okay, this way I prevent as much damage as possible, not playing around the other Mark of the Isles. But, I mean, again, Mark of the Isles is definitely a weird card to have because we don't see it a lot lately, so I can understand why he would not be thinking to really play around that right now.
There's also only 2 copies in the deck, and Numi did play one pretty immediately onto the Avarice and Sentry, so that is the second copy. And, I mean, Lobster loses his Ezreal, but it's really not that big a deal. Sure, it would have been absolutely lovely to have the Prodigal Explorer stick around, but you're not too sad to see him go.
Now, really, I think the only way Numi gets back into this is, I mean, obviously the Neverglade comes down. There's really nothing else you can do. But Freshlobster being able to get kind of like a free karma that's just not going to be in danger of having anything happen to her is not good. That's not good either. That is not a good... That's good. That's great for Freshlobster. Not good for Numi. All right. Well, Numi's got a They Who Endure, but there's lots of stuff.
Yeah, but that ain't Progress Day, baby. That's the juice. That's what I'm talking about. Lobster gets the sauce. Man.
That's just such a good rip on
I love Progress Day.
Yeah, I do too. It's such a clunky card, though. It's kind of hard to fit it into actual decks, right?
Yeah. It feels like you have to... we see it a lot in any Ezreal deck that isn't Ionia. Just because Ionia has so much draw between the Rummage with Karma specifically, the Deep Meditations. Typically, if you're running something like Noxus Ezreal, specifically because the Bilgewater Ezreal doesn't really play like an Ezreal deck. But the Noxus Ezreals will almost certainly be running at least 2 Progress Day and generally a couple copies of Zonite Urchin as well.
And he tosses it. He just
Well,
gets
yeah,
rid of it
that
with
makes
the Rummage.
sense. I mean, like, you've got Karma on field.
Rummage is, I guess, better in this deck than Progress Day, right? Like, it's cheaper, so that you can draw. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, well, yeah, right. But you can not only that, on turns like this, you can draw to dig for more stuff, but also have mana still available for removal or for stun options, like we're going to see here in a second. And all right, kind of just going as wide as possible. So this, all right. So on the side of Freshlobster, you can double Mystic Shot this Neverglade. Is that what you prioritize?
I think you have to, right?
It's tough because Static Shock feels so juicy, but you're going to take so much damage if you do decide to go Static Shock and, let's say, Mystic Shot on something, or even if you just stun something to avoid taking additional damage.
Yeah, Static Shock, Mystic Shot saves you. I mean, each unit that you kill is only saving you 1 HP. Well, I guess 2 HP on the side of the saplings because they're going to hit you and die anyway. Well, but yeah. I do think you have to kill this Neverglade Collector. And, like, that's not bad. You still are left with a Mystic Shot, or not a Mystic Shot, rather, but a Steel Tempest available to go ahead and block out one of those units. You know, Karma gets to... I don't think she gets to block. She's probably going to get eaten up by one of those saplings anyway.
Yeah, and so Numi just going for the attack. And now Freshlobster basically just has longer to think about whether or not he wants to double Mystic Shot this Neverglade. Now, let's see. If you double Mystic Shot the Neverglade, you save 1, 2, 3 health.
It's worth it.
Oh, I don't know, man. Because you still take so much damage to the face. I don't know, because if you Static Shock the 2 Ephemerals, you avoid the 2 damage though, as opposed to the 1 damage.
So either way, I think it represents 4 damage because specifically because the Neverglade Collector is attacking.
Oh wait, is she? Okay, is that game?
No, Lobster has Steel Tempest.
Oh, okay, all right.
It would be game. It would be game.
That would have been game. That's a pretty good read on her to see that line and go ahead and Vile Feast that unit to put through that 1 last damage, but. Drawing the stun out from Freshlobster is going to put him in a situation where she might actually be able to win with this They Who Endure coming down.
But, I mean, Lobster still has Insight of Ages, Deep Meditation, Rummage, that, like, he's almost certainly going to find another stun effect, right?
Yeah,
or a Will of Ionia. There's so much that actually deals with the Endure.
I think he's used 2 stuns now, right?
Is it 2 or is it 3? I think it's 2.
So, I mean, there is less of a chance that he hits some stuns, but wow, that was definitely super close. So we'll see if Numi will be able to get an open attack through here with this They Who Endure on the following turn once she puts this bad boy down. And not only that, too, there are still these other units that Freshlobster has to deal with. Importantly, though, it doesn't look like she can play another unit with They Who Endure, so she can't go super wide if that's her goal. So do you just go Averosian and Callista here and then open with They Who Endure?
Then you run into Yone.
Yep. Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, Lobster doesn't actually feel too bad here. Like, if Numiel plays an Endure, Lobster knows that there's nothing he can do about that. He's probably just going to throw out his Static Shock onto the 2/2/1s out of Numi. And that means that as long as you can find an answer for this Endure, you're not actually having lethal threatened at you by this Spiderling, which you can even just block with either the Callista, or not the Callista, rather the Karma, or your Eye of the Dragon. So Numi decides to go wide instead, saying, I don't want to risk it all on you having a Will of Ionia or 1 stun effect. I just want to go as wide as possible, and the Static Shock is going to crush these dreams. It's also possible that Numi does just go for the development of the They Who Endure into the open attack. Or not into the open attack, into the attack.
Yeah, which, I mean, there is only, at the end of the day, there's only 1 Yone. And, I mean, that's going to have to be a really hard read on the side of Numi. I mean, if it's... Alright, so let's assume that Numi actually has lethal if her opponent doesn't have Yone and she develops Callista and They Who Endure. Do you develop They Who Endure? If there's that chance. If there's a chance your opponent doesn't have Yone and that's going to be lethal, do you just go for it?
I want to say no, just because there are so many other things that stop it. Between the couple of stun effects, the Will of Ionia, like, Yone's just one answer. There are a lot of other ones. Now, like here we see the Will of Ionia and the Steel Tempest, so we know that this Endure is not going to connect no matter when you play it. I mean, obviously, it is better to, if there's a Will of Ionia coming, obviously it is better to play the Endure and then get the Will of Ionia out of your opponent, redevelop it next turn. The risk of the Yone is what you're really playing around here.
Okay, but she's not opting to develop. She's passing priority back over to Freshlobster, not choosing to develop this Callista. I don't know if she's thinking Freshlobster's going to play something else, because I don't know if I agree with that. I think you just have to go for developing the Callista here. Like, yeah, sure, it could be killed, but, I mean...
I can't think of a reason that we're not going as wide as possible if we didn't go for the Endure. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that this Avarosan Sentry is offering up more value than Endure did.
Okay, so there is the whole... She's representing Atrocity.
Atrocity?
Mana.
Yeah. It's got to be that, right?
Yeah, so she's just hard bluffing Atrocity, I think, if that's the case. So,
and even doesn't play around the Yone. Gonna
No.
see what Lobster... Well, yeah, because if Lobster plays the Yone here, you just drop Endure.
So, okay, I like this from Numi, right? She 100% just bluffed that she has Atrocity there, which is totally plausible at this point in the game. And so now she can completely change the way that she plays based on assuming that her opponent is on that bandwagon, that, okay, she has Atrocity. Because now that's going to completely affect Freshlobster's playstyle.
The awkward part is, like, I feel like this only worked out because she top decked a 2-mana unit, where she gets to play something and then play Endure still.
Well, now she plays the Endure, and there is no... there's no Atrocity mana, so this might be baiting out this Will of Ionia here.
Is Lobster playing Rumage? It looks like he's looking for the Yone. It always feels so bad to play turn 9 Rummage.
This feels... Yeah, okay. Let's
Second
see
Will
what
of
we got.
Ionia.
Alright, well, now he feels okay playing one Will on this. But, so, let's see. Kills 2 units, block. So, what, 2 damage gets through?
You actually want to...
Oh, no, now nothing gets through. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to Will in combat so that Numi doesn't get the Spiderling, but I think she holds back the Spiderling on bench anyway to go ahead and get this.
Yep, yeah, so we get Will on the They Who Endure, we get Static Shock coming out, and then we get block.
Yeah. It's so hard to get through this last little bit of damage without Atrocity.
It really is, and the other thing, too, like, this Karma, very crucially, is living. And once Karma lives, and you have 2 Insight of Ages in hand, it's going to become incredibly difficult to do anything after that.
Okay, but what if we had Mark of the Isle? Oh, we could win. Oh, the things we could do.
But now, but see, now Freshlobster knows both are gone,
Yeah.
so that is definitely...
I'm pretty sure Numi just loses here. I mean, Lobster does still have to find his win condition. Oh, we're even going to play mana efficiently and just stun the Endure, not even put it back in the hand. Going to save those Will of Ionias as answers for the Atrocity. Numiel picking up the second They Who Endure. Is going to have Endure Atrocity mana next turn, so yeah, we'll see. If Lobster does go for the win, there is potential for him to tap down below that Will of Ionia mana, and Numi could steal out the win with an Atrocity, but that's a pretty tall order considering she doesn't have any pieces of the puzzle currently.
Well, we'll see what this next draw is, and more importantly, what the eight spells in hand are. Oh, Sumpworks. That might just be... I mean, Sumpworks is going to be difficult for Numi to deal with. And all right, now let the spell train begin. Oh, there's
okay, so
Atrocity.
Numi has found Atrocity. Okay, hold on. Let me take my jacket off. We got a game on our hands, everybody. Hold on.
There's a lot of lines we got to go through here really quick. All right, so we've seen Insight, which gets nothing that's going to deal with Atrocity. Oh, wait. There is a Death Mark with 2 Dragonlings on field now.
I hate that.
Oh, man.
I hate that so much.
So now you have to... Basically, if he plays Deathmark, he could force Atrocity out. But she does have a second Endure, so actually that doesn't matter. So that's fine.
I'm 99% sure this still comes down to a Lobster win, right?
I think so, yeah, because he has too many answers to Atrocity. Like, at what point... He never goes below X mana so that she feels safe or actually is safe to play Atrocity, right?
So I think he proactively Deathmarks the They Who Endure. I think that's a pretty low risk play. It's not a large mana commitment. You might even if like Numi then Vile Feasts you, that's one less card that could be Atrocity. We're even going to see some work map onto the Karma to open things up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not, lest we forget she is now double elusive, okay? She now cannot be blocked twice every turn.
2-time elusive.
2-time.
All right, so it looks like Numi is going to go for the Atrocity. Actually passes that one back over. I like developing the second Endure first. I think that you've actually got, like, your shot at this game is having both Endure stay on field, attacking Lobster, forcing both Will of Ionia out of Lobster, and then going for the Atrocity. But the Death Mark does make it so that play is not going to work out.
I can't believe you got Death Mark off of that. That's
what kind of nonsense? I'm talking about Hearthstone.
What is this? And Death Mark is upon us, yes? Just play it, rip it, Freshlobster, just do it. And then him playing this still puts him at 6 mana. Yep. So even playing another Endure plus Atrocity is still just going to get willed. At this point, I think she needs to top deck another Atrocity.
So, actually, I was going to say what could happen here is, so now you Atrocity in response. Lobster goes for Will of Ionia. You play Endure again. Next turn, you open up with Endure. Lobster only has 1 Will of Ionia. But Lobster will also have Dragon's Rage. But I don't think he'll have mana for Will and Dragon's Rage. So Lobster actually a little bit on the back foot, still has to find one more thing, as Numi will be able to redevelop the double Endure. Chat's going to be like firing off everything that we're missing, and we're going to be like, we're going to say whatever they were talking about like 2 seconds later, and we just have no chance to let them know that it's coming.
All right, so let's see if we have a top decked Atrocity. I think Numi can win, right? Okay, well, that's... Do you play... I was going to say, do you play Callista and then maybe... Oh, no, you play...
I mean, Callista just gets blocked.
Well, the draw, though, right? Like, I'm thinking to glimpse it, because you don't want to glimpse the Day Who Endures.
I mean, I've only got 3 mana left.
So, this is 2 Endures that he's got to deal with, and right now he just has... So
he only has 1 answer.
Well, no, wait. So if he opens with Dragon's Rage,
then he's 1 mana shy of Will of Ionia.
So, he's at 11.
He would have to randomly create a Steel Tempest with Karma's Insight of Ages. Has Numiel found the way to steal this one back out? Maybe she was never as out of it as we kind of made it seem.
I know, yeah.
I mean, Lobster never found the Ezreal.
It seemed like Lobster has so many answers in his hand, but like, he's probably like, damn, I wish I had 1 more mana. Like, that would have been... That would be insane right now if that was the case.
It's wild because if Lobster had the Atrocity read, he could have Will of Ionia first, and then if Numi responds with the Atrocity... No, that doesn't work. Because Deathmark doesn't kill it immediately. Deathmark has to wait for the end of combat. So yeah, I don't think Lobster could have played this any differently, and I think he's now understanding that he has to find something. Hextech Transmogulator, not enough to get it done, as it's still not enough mana to be played alongside the Will of Ionia.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, Numi, you're scaring me. Why are we going for more development?
Why did we do that? Why did we do that?
I mean, it kills the Karma.
Yeah, this
if somehow Lobster does survive, this says kill Karma.
So you attack with the Callista last, right?
Yes.
So that if something like this Spirit's Refuge comes out, you don't get blown out by it. There's no way with everything in hand. So you can heal 6 to 10. You can heal, the most you can heal is to 15. And you're not going to be able to really heal from the Dragonlance because they're going to block and then just, like, take damage anyways.
Yeah, and because, like, Numiel's one-shotting you, basically. So unless you can go up to 20 and have a blocker with HP, which I don't think you can do.
Recall. Does the recall do anything? No. It does...
So let me replay Karma.
I think he's forced into playing Deep Med, but I don't even know if that does anything.
I don't think he's got enough Steel Tempests in the deck for that Deep Med to get him out of this one.
How many did he play already?
If he played 1, he doesn't have 2 in the deck, and I know he's played at least 1.
He has 3.
There's 3 Lobster. Why do you have 3 deep? What the hell, Lobster?
So 3. All right. So I think his only way out is
Lobster,
Deep Med into a Steel Tempest.
Are you gonna get 2 Steel Tempest off this Deep Med, Lobster? Don't do this.
Wait, what is he doing? What is he doing?
He is playing.
What is
that? Recall?
Which one?
No.
Wait, what? Which one's that?
It was something in between Health Potion and Deep Med.
I really wish those Phantom blockers blocked overwhelm damage right now. Wait, what is he doing? Did he find a line that we couldn't... That's 10. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And then Transmogulator. So wait, that's going to be 2.
And then you die to the second Endure.
Yeah, wait, what? This doesn't... Wait. If you... Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. How much... Wait a second. What if he did Transmogulator plus Refuge?
You still die, right?
If he transmogulated a They Who Endure into his unit into They Who Endure...
So because Spirit's Refuge is burst speed, I think it would lose... I think it would lose it.
Does it lose the barrier?
I'm pretty sure it loses it.
Or the lifesteal?
99% sure it loses it.
Because that would have been insane.
That would have been like galaxy headed, and I'm pretty sure I didn't think of it because it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think it doesn't work too.
Transmogulator is a hard card to cast because it's never in a main deck, so the situations that we see out of it are always extremely niche, and the situations that we see out of it are always extremely buck wild.
Oh well, yeah, that's the thing. It's crazy when it is played and it's barely played. So it's fun. It's so funny. Always, I feel like it's Numi. We're always casting Numi when that card pops up.
Yeah.
she could have had some insane plays in that Heimerdinger deck playing Trans Tech. So. Oh man.
Oh boy.
All right, so now we got Karma Ez versus Deep.
Okay.
So some more Karma Ez action.
Oh boy.
We'll see if Numi can take down Freshlobster, man. This is wow. That was definitely a really good first game as well. It was very much back and forth, and so a lot of times a Freshlobster could have had that, and Numi I think played that really really well. Now Numi's version. I'm just gonna pull up. Let's see here. All right, so Numi is actually playing 2 health potion, so a little bit more anti-aggro there. Only 2 rummage. 2 Steel Tempest, not 3 like Freshlobster was. Otherwise, pretty similar. Actually playing 2 Gotcha and 2 Get Excited. Possibly opting to go for, that Karma win condition of a couple Get Excited, a couple Mystic Shots, boom, all of a sudden you're at 0. And 1 Claws of the Dragon in here.
Did you say 1 Claws of the Dragon? Oh, yeah, Claws of the Dragon. Okay, I was thinking about Eye of the Dragon. I'm like, that's kind of wild.
No. 3 Eye of the Dragon. Only 1 Claws, though. So
electing not to run the Yone. So 1 Claw over 1 Yone? That seems a little strange.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think Yone, especially as a one of, like we were considering Yone last game, and I think it's kind of similar to Ruination where you need to expect Yone if your opponent has 7 or more mana because that punishes development.
I mean, so we were looking at Numi's Endure deck and talking about how the Elise could give her an aggressive option against other Endure decks, and the Claws of the Dragon makes me think that Numi has just like built her entire lineup around being sort of being sort of anti-Endure spiders, because Claws of the Dragon does get to block Escaped Abomination.
Yes, that is a good point. Yeah, and it trades very nicely with that. And honestly, with how much They Who Endure that we're seeing, I could definitely see, where that decision is coming in. So I don't know if it's really going to do much in this matchup. Doesn't really matter. You'd much rather have a Yone in this matchup, I think, but we'll see if that is going to be a difference maker a little bit later in the game here. Otherwise, so is this the one that we were saying that, like, Karma... Was it Karma Ezreal that always wins this matchup, and then, like, the deep deck ended up winning last time we saw this?
I don't think so.
Or was it the
that
other
would imply that I was wrong about something, and that doesn't sound like me.
Whoa. Wow, you're that confident, huh, Boulevard?
It's all an act. It's all an act. Please don't confront me in PMs. I'll cry.
But yeah, so it just goes to show you that anything could happen, though, because we were saying that, that one of them had the advantage and the other one ended up winning, and it's like, nope, not so much. So we'll see what happens in this matchup. Right now, we already have the Chump Wump hitting the field. Already on turn 6, and, Freshlobster is sitting okay at 12. We do already see a Karma in the hand of Numi, so no burn, really, though. So it's not like we're going to see any sort of get excited Mystic Shot shenanigans like I mentioned a little bit earlier.
I mean, she does play 2 Get Excited. She has the option available to her later on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Lobster, I mean, it's not like Lobster has a stagnant life total. We do see the Dead Bloom Wanderers, the Thorny Toads, Vile Feast, Withering Wail. Has a lot of heal available to him. It looks like Lobster is going to go for this Maokai game plan against the Ezreal deck. But we're going to see Gotcha straight away down onto that Abyssal. I don't think Lobster has the opportunity to go deep in response to this. I always say that, but like if there's 3 spell mana, there could be 3 jettisons. And I don't know how far you are off deep, but generally 3 jettisons going to get you there. There's jettison number 1. Let's go. Let's go, Lobster.
Does he have 3 jettison? He might only need 1. Did he need 1? No. Number 2. Number 2, he's just playing mind games. Just playing mind games.
That was nothing.
Just playing mind games. He's just playing mana efficient to get down to 3 spell mana. It's fine. He almost got us there, but we're good. So, yeah. So not deep yet going into turn 7. I imagine he'll be pretty damn close, though, once turn 7 starts. We are going to go ahead and get the recall, which is going to make it much harder for Freshlobster to get one of those saplings out on the following turn.
Yeah, going to make it nearly impossible, and I actually kind of like that a little bit. The only great Will of Ionia target in the deck is Nautilus. Anything else, and it's got some on-play value, except for like Abyssal Eye, but Abyssal Eye is so mana efficient, it doesn't really matter. So I do like putting the Maokai back. It sort of stunts the development of Lobster, as well as slowing down the toss. He is at 19 cards left in deck, at 17 out of 25 on the Maokai. And Numi says, if you want to go for this Maokai win condition, you have to force it just a little bit harder. Going to put that one back in your hand. I would imagine that if Lobster plays this Maokai again, Numi just sends it right back with another Will of Ionia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And then she'll actually possibly have a chance of just attacking face. And I know we mentioned earlier, I don't believe Freshlobster's playing any Grasp of the Undyings.
Nope, just Withering Wail.
Yeah, which means, I mean, he's got Vengeance. I don't think you have Vengeance a jump bump. I think you take the 4. But going down to 8 is going to be super dangerous for Freshlobster because of, like we keep mentioning, you know, having these 2 Get Exciteds in here, having these Mystic Shots and this Karma on turn 10 looking pretty certain in a couple turns here. That could be an out for Numi to go ahead and take this one pretty quickly.
And if Numi wants to, she could not only Will of Ionia the Maokai, but fire off something like a Mushroom just to get that Claws of the Dragon down onto the field. Or she could just hang on to the Mushroom. So something that we see a lot is, you know, being a deep deck, you're saying, ideally, I want to get down to 15 or less cards in deck. Well, guess what? When you get down to 10 cards in deck and I put 20 Mushrooms in there, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we've seen that happen multiple times that's come up. And, okay, so, I mean, knowing what we just went through, everything.
This makes a lot of sense.
This makes a lot of sense, but that's a really good read then on the side of Freshlobster to think, okay, maybe my Maokai just gets turned right back to my hand. Or anything, Nautilus or, you know, whatever he plays for that matter.
Yeah.
So, good read on the side of Freshlobster, and it looks like Numiel is going the route of getting this Claws of the Dragon down. Yep.
I wonder if she's going to also kill this. I mean, if you kill this Spiderling, then Lobster can develop the Maokai again. Once you fall down to 3 mana, he knows that neither Thermo Beam nor Will of Ionia is on the table any longer.
Yeah, I think you save this Mystic Shot. You can't stun it because Steel Tempest again is only a now. Okay, you could stun it with the Okay, she's gonna go with the Concussive Palm to get even more units. Just going all in on this attack. It looks like.
I mean, but this means Lobster gets to redevelop the Maokai, and this isn't Numi's attack turn.
Well, going into her next turn.
Yeah. I wonder if it would have been better to pass here. Both of us float a bunch of mana, and then I start off the turn stunning your Spiderling.
So why did Freshlobster pass back over without developing the Maokai?
He wanted the spell mana. Could he be going for double Withering Wail? There's 2 spells.
Yep, looks like it. And he is playing multiple Withering Wails. There it is. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That very much puts him back in this game.
That is both copies of Withering Wail out of Lobster. Yeah, that is not great for Numiel. Granted, that was game plan A. Or sorry, that was plan B. Plan A is still on the table of Karma Ezreal.
Yeah, right. We're all like, well, you know, Get Exciteds and Mystic Shots.
Was that a randomly created deep meditation? Are you kidding me, Numiel?
And there's the Ezreal.
Oh my gosh, this
the dream
could just be Numiel picking it up 2-0. Our prodigal player that we've hyped up so much could just be knocking Lobster out of the tournament.
Okay, but so her Karma's a little vulnerable right now, though, right? Like, I'm surprised she played
vulnerable to what?
Well, that's what I'm actually just checking again. I was gonna pull up his deck list. I forget if he plays Vengeance.
He plays 2 Vengeance, but I mean, theoretically, Lobster's gonna want to do this with something like Vengeance. A Devourer of the Depths. And if you play Devourer, I respond with Will of Ionia. That's basically all your mana for the turn. If you play Nautilus first to get a discounted Devourer, then I just respond with Will of Ionia. You have 2 mana left. You have nothing for the turn.
There's also Jaw Hunters, but now, okay, wow, this is just game.
Probably, yeah.
I think Numi just wins now because now she can just freely. Oh, there's an.
No, that Ezreal is at 3 out of 8.
Oh shit! Really?
Granted, it is very easy. This is why I hate Karma Ezreal so much. It's very easy to level the Ezreal once your Karma's down.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, right here, she'll get Will of Ionia and a stun off this turn. That's 2 more targets. Could get Mystic Shot. I mean, that's tough.
I could see something like Steel Tempest Health Potion, get a 3-mana Deep Meditation next turn, fire that off, draw 4 spells, go from there. As long as you find a Static Shock, you can kill the Maokai and push some damage onto the Abyssal Eye, and that'll actually level the Ezreal if you Steel Tempest right here.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually really surprised that Ezreal was at 3 targets. So, like, I don't know why I felt like there was one. Now that I think about it, though, Numi was kind of on the aggressive.
Lobster played the matchup very slowly. He wanted to get the Maokai down and then play kind of the Maokai game plan, like see how many times I can develop with this Maokai. But I'm not gonna play my Thorny Tones or my Dead Blooms or my Drag Dredgers. Like, I'd rather slow down your game plan than play my own game.
Oh God, I think we finally have upgraded brackets, everybody. And the winner for all of you who have been with us since the blue screen of death is I need like a drum roll button. I don't have a drum roll button. That was Pettish. Pettish won that matchup.
Okay.
Between Pettish and Zeramis. So that means that currently Zeramis is down in the losers bracket, going to play the winner of this game. And Flaxu did beat Stan, so Stan is now out of the tournament. Unfortunate. The one Brazilian player is now out.
So, Numi actually using the Will of Ionia on the Abyssal Eye, and then the Steel Tempest down onto the Maokai. This is going to give us 5 Ezreal targets, which I don't like as much. It's an odd number, and we are going into a turn where we have doubled up spells, so it's pretty easy for me to even number level my Ezreal. I'm going to be a little ineffective with one of the spells that I use right now, but I don't think it matters too much. Maybe she's even just freeing up hand space for everything that's about to come out between the randomly generated Karma spell, then the Karma's Inside of Ages, the Deep Meditation.
All right, leveled Karma with an Ezreal on the board. This is usually where it's just straight up game over.
And we have 3 health potions to heal up our units outside of double whale range again.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Static Shock, Shadow Shift, Sumpwork Map. Oh, man, I thought I could name them all. I don't know. It's like Voltron.
Oh, my God. Wait, what is that? Oh, this is going to bug me. I know what it does.
Rising Spell Force.
I knew that. Dude, you didn't even
I'm sure you did.
You didn't even give me 2 seconds to answer.
You said you didn't know what it was. Ooh, and we found Sumpwork Map, too?
Yeah, yep.
Or was that Ghost? No, that was Sumpwork Map.
And let's see if there's... Maybe 2 Vile Feast would be an option to kill this.
Or
probably just Vengeance. Yeah. Vengeance on the Karma. So this is going to feel bad. What do we do here on the side of Numi?
I'm pretty sure we Rising Spell Force this Ezreal first off. That's 9 damage.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that is a crap ton of damage. And there's no way... Freshlobster's not going to be able to get rid of this Ezreal. He could have 2 Vile Feast right now, but then she has the counter of a health potion.
Yeah.
So... Wow! Well, this isn't the way we thought an Ezreal deck would win a game.
So, yeah, I think Numi's going to go ahead and throw out the burn as well. This, if you throw out the Mystic Shot right now and then throw out Ezreal's Mystic Shot onto Lobster's face, Lobster will be at 2. But, yeah, I think going for the deep med is also pretty enticing.
Fully restock your hand. I mean, it's like, what? At this point, it's like, what?
Oh, the Shadow Shift, actually.
Oh, save the Karma. Okay. Ah, okay. I do like this because she doesn't have another Karma in hand, obviously. So we do need the Karma. And oh, hey, look, we have a Shadow Clone.
We have that guy.
What's that gonna do?
Do you even use this Mystic Shot, or do you just pass with the spell mana into the next turn?
I think you use the Mystic Shot because at this point you might just be able to deep med into game, right?
I mean, so yeah, you could like Mystic Shot the Sapling or something here. Next turn, play Karma, Mystic Shot the Maokai. That levels the Ezreal. Or you could just throw it all at face.
I say just face. I think at this point, you have enough damage. Like, you play the Karma again next turn, too. You have 4 damage with Mystic Shot and 2 damage. You have game with Karma.
If she survives.
Oh, actually, he won't have mana, though.
Yeah, that's why.
So, this is tough. Oh, God. And again,
looks like we're gonna level the Maokai here.
And again, oh, that's big. That is a big deal. But again, can I just throw it out there? This does not heal face. It's so much better if it would heal face, and it does not, which is really unfortunate. We see another Sap Magic in hand from having another Maokai, and 2 Atrocity.
So I guess the question is, if Sap Magic healed face, would you main deck it?
I mean, no.
Yeah, then I don't think they need to do anything about it.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, but that should be that's all the more reason to buff it. Because even if you buff it, it's still bad. It's like, what the heck? Oh man.
All right, so we're gonna see the Nautilus as the opener.
So
I mean, looking at Numi's hand, she just has this, right? Lobster doing what he has to do, trying to go for an atrocity lethal.
Yeah, I think you just play. Wait, hold on. You play the Karma. Yeah, you have a bunch of 1-cost burst spells, and even if you take the damage after the attack, you just heal back up outside of the atrocity range. That's so terrible.
It's probably. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be Static Shock onto the Sapling challenging the Ezreal and Lobster's face, and then next turn we can. I mean, we could even triple health pot out of the range of the Nautilus in response to the Mystic Shot.
Well, wait. How many targets is this Ezreal at?
I mean, you could level it here, I think.
I don't think that does anything.
I believe it's at 5, yeah. So you would need a Static Shock, and you would need the Static Shock to hit something twice and hit the other thing once.
So...
I think I actually might prefer...
Concussive Palm?
The problem is that if Lobster has any healing left, then he doesn't die to Static Shock Mystic Shot next turn.
Well, yeah, but at that point, you might be able to just level the Ezreal.
Yeah, I guess actually it'd be fine for me to, if you just Concussive Palm the Sapling, take the Abyssal Eye, block the Nautilus with one of the Claws of the Dragon, or Tails of the Dragon, block like Maokai with Karma or something. I was thinking like blanket, stun the Nautilus or stun the Abyssal Eye, but actually you could take that.
So, okay, I was gonna say why challenge the Karma there? So now. Okay, so yeah, so now we just Concussive Palm the Nautilus.
But then our Ezreal doesn't level, which is like where we get vulnerable to the healing.
Oh wait, yeah, and then you lose Ezreal too. So how do you actually? That's 19. Okay, no, because then this is all right. So no, never mind. You block the Maokai with the Karma, and then you Static Shock the Dredgers and the Sapling, and then yeah, you take 19. And then 1, 2, so 3, 6, 12. You literally just heal back up to 20.
If you Static Shock the Sapling and the Dredgers, then your Ezreal still doesn't level.
No, I know, but you'll be able to level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but at least then you survive. You have your Karma and your Ezreal on board, and you have a crap ton of spells that you can play. So I think that's the line that you take here. I'd be really curious to see anything else. Okay,
I mean, so if you Static Shock like this, then the Ezreal levels and you don't have to hit the Sapling anyway. And it looks like, yeah, so if you go for that line, you don't actually have to...
Oh, wait, so it's at 6, not 5.
No, it's at 5, because it's going to hit the Abyssal Eye twice.
Oh, because of, okay, cool. Yeah, never mind. All right, this works then.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought for some reason it wasn't going to level if you...
Then your Ezreal levels, your 3 health potions are just lethal. Yep. And I think Numiel has to win next turn, or she decks out. And I think that's what she keeps hovering the eye for, to make sure that she will have a card to drop after this Static Shock.
Yeah, wait, how can you... There's no deck count, is there?
Yeah, there is.
Where? Oh, wait, sorry, yeah, if you click on the deck.
Yeah, you hovered... I was about to say, how do you think you figure out how close to deep you are?
Yeah, so hold on. Okay, so one more. Okay.
Was that an Ezreal picked up?
So I think that's fine. So that's fine. She wins.
Yeah.
She wins. Ha!
I thought she drew an Ezreal, and I was like, how is that possible?
I mean, hey, I've seen weirder things.
You got Maokai. So yeah, now we do just win the game with the health potions, especially because the Karma lived on top of the Ezreal.
I gotta say, like, both of these games are really back and forth as far as, like, just what each... Like, they're really thinking about what the other person has, what to play around, what to do, what not to do. Like, you know that play. Like, we're saying the play because we see Atrocity in Freshlobster's hand.
So Lobster drew Devourer of the Depths. And he's trying to figure out which one's the better Devour target.
Oh boy.
Which is the one thing that blows this wide open. It kind of depends on what that last card is for Numiel.
Oh, wow.
But if the Karma dies here, she can't actually win.
Oh my god.
Or sorry, if the Ezreal dies here, she can't actually win.
If the... Well, that's two... That's... Wait, no, she still has the Karma.
Yeah.
You have
static
Shock and Mystic Shock.
You deck out as soon as the first Static Shock.
Oh, the Static Shock. Shit. So is he going with... Yeah. Wow.
If that last card in her hand, or if that last card in her deck is a burn spell, then I think she's fine because she can heal out of the atrocity range.
Oh, the not burn spell.
Oh, no.
I don't think there's any way she wins this now. Like, you have the burn. I think you just play the Mystic Shot and Static Shock and show Freshlobster, like, hey, man.
I had it.
I had it. I swear I had it. Oh, this feels so bad. So, okay. It looks like she's going to try to go wide and just attack.
That could work.
Well, here's the...
No, it can't, because there's a Maokai and a Devourer.
Well, she's going to get 2 units. She still has to go face, I think, with the Mystic Shot. She just needs 1 unit to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs the health potion to... Okay, if he... Hold on. If he plays Atrocity, she needs 3, 6, 12,
I don't
13.
think Lobster ever Atrocities. He knows that all he has to do is end the turn and he wins. He doesn't need to kill her.
Okay, so if he does an Atrocity, that frees up mana for... Okay, so there's... Nope, that puts him down to 8. Ooh. Okay, yep. It feels bad that it doesn't kill it, though. So, let's see. That leaves her with 4. No, he's got enough units. He can play the Maokai. I think that's just... Yeah, that's game.
Yeah, he can either play Maokai or Vengeance, something, either one, yeah. That top deck Devourer off the Abyssal Eye connecting.
Wow.
Bringing Lobster... We knew this was going to be a tight one, but...
Yeah,
I didn't think it was
going to
be anywhere near this close.
Both games. Those are incredibly close games. Oh my god. Like, look at this. And she has literally 1 unit that'll connect right now. And Freshlobster has the Maokai. It's so close. This is... Oh, it's so close. It's insane.
This is so unfortunate for Numiel, but there is a game number 3 because you did win game number 1, so that is a consolation bonus prize.
You got that going for you.
You want to know the scary part here? Shit.
What?
I believe that means we're going to have a Karma Ezreal mirror.
Oh, God. Oh, God, wait. Hold on. I have to prepare. Wait, when's the last time we did a Karma Ezreal mirror?
It hasn't been that long, but between Lobster and Numiel, I cannot think of a more fitting technical matchup for game number 3.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty insane. He actually ends up winning with the Atrocity out of everything instead of playing the Maokai just blocking. So, gonna go ahead, take it away. Freshlobster there. Wow, really fighting back. That top deck was absolutely insane there at the end. What a game. What a game, man. Just 2 great players, honestly. And super excited for game 3 here to see who's going to be able to advance here in the losers bracket and still have their shot at the finals.
I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for this.
I mean, it's not Spooky Karma Mirror. Okay, let's go with that.
That would kill me.
Let's go with that. That would
kill me.
I would have to, like, take next week out of work and, you know, it would be bad.
Gotta take the rest of the night off. Like, all right, yeah. Bust out the wine, order some food. It's a race between the delivery man and the end of the game.
Who will win?
Actually, that might... If we ever see a Spooky Karma mirror, I might just do that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy would deliver the pizza first.
I don't know. Spooky Karma mirror is only, like... Usually these games top out at, like, 25, 30 minutes.
All right, let's see. So, first question.
First answer.
Do we think that either player will go that god-awful route of, I'm not going to play anything, so you can't target it?
Probably.
Oh, Jesus.
That is typically how Lobster likes to play these.
Oh, boy. All right, Lobster, let's see what you got here. And it, honestly, I mean, he doesn't... All right, he just drew an Eye of the Dragon. So, yep, that answers that question. Already not playing the Eye. Probably not going to play the Eye again. I'm going to pass.
Numi has shown... I believe it was Numiel that was willing to show aggression in this matchup.
Here we go. This is.
But who was it that just like in the Karma Ezreal mirror just like slammed Karma on 6 and took over the game with it?
Was it Numi?
It wasn't Numi, but because it was more recent than that.
Well, I don't know, but we're on turn 5 and we have 0 aggression. And we are on turn 6 and we have 0 aggression. So, very much... I'm glad I asked that question, because you know what? The answer is both people.
Did Lobster just burn a card?
1, 2, 3, 4... No, they both just drew into 10, right?
Okay. Yeah, I thought Lobster burned a card, and I was like, how was he up a card? I mean, this is the quickest, like, 6 turns that we've ever seen, probably.
Like, if this were a Demacia matchup, there would already be, like,
this is going to be the big one. Steel Tempest and Deny. Okay.
So I think Freshlobster wins out on that one. Is this just going to be... They're just going to trade burning cards back and forth.
Yeah, Numi's like, I got the health pot. What do you have? I think Lobster might fire off a Rummage here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you discard? I mean, it's probably...
So, okay. Wait a second.
I would guess Will of Ionia Static Shock.
So, I think Numi, if they continue to play like this, doesn't Numi win because she has to get excited?
I mean, you have to get a... You still have to get a Karma to stick for a turn.
Okay. I mean, I guess there's that.
I mean, I guess you could space it out. You could, like, play 1 Karma, you go to kill it. In response, I, like, get excited, Mystic Shot you. Take next turn off to get more spell mana. Next turn, play another Karma, get excited, Mystic Shot you. So, yeah, theoretically, Numi does win the long game because she just has that Karma win condition available to her because she plays the Get Excited. Lobster didn't play... Did you catch what Lobster burned? Oh, no, we're still in Lobster... Okay, never mind. I didn't know where we were. I got a little lost there, so Lobster going to fire off the Static Shock.
Well, alright. We officially have our first point of damage.
Deep Med. That's a good one.
He burned Deep Med?
No, he drew Deep Med.
Oh, he burned. Okay.
I think he has to... I mean, he can play Eye of the Dragon. I don't think it's the end of the world if you play Eye of the Dragon. Like, how many targets can Numiel realistically milk that for?
2.
Yeah, like... I mean, theoretically, she could milk it for, like, 4 if she just, like, triple concussive palms it.
Can you health pot your opponent's
No, but you could concussive palm it 3 times. And then I guess you could Static Shock it, like, you know...
Oh my god.
But
yeah,
because you aren't advantaged in the long game, I feel like Lobster has to be the one to take more risks.
I agree. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think Lobster does have to make a move. This is just one of those matchups, too, where, like, both players don't know. Like, I'll tell you right now, both players do not know what the correct card to play is on every turn at this point. Because it's basically, what card do I get rid of? Like, it's basically just getting rid of the worst cards in your deck at this point and hoping that your opponent gets rid of better cards than you.
Yeah, and Lobster picks up Yone, picks up Thermo Beam. These are not cards that you want to be seeing.
Nope. And Numi picking up... I almost said Yumi now. Way to go.
Yes,
Thanks a lot, Boulevard. And, you know, Numi now having Ezreal and Karma in hand very much has the advantage. Kind of surprised to see her fire off a Mystic Shot, though. Would think that she'd want to save that for Karma.
So, Lobster doesn't play Health Pot, and it looks like he's going to deny this just to free up his hand space for the turn. Somebody clip this. This is the Karma Ezreal and what it has devolved to.
We have Deny on Mystic Shot, which I was going to say earlier, maybe it's a tiny win for Freshlobster that Numi burned to Deny, but now essentially Freshlobster burned to Deny. So it's...
Numi did burn. I was going to say, you know, burned a bit of burn, but that's just a weird thing to say. So
I'm okay with it.
I guess, I mean, both players have 2 Karmas as well. So I feel like this comes down to a point where both players, yeah, it looks like they're going to burn this turn as well. And then we throw down the Karmas and we see who can slug it out from there. Numi, it looks like she's debating the Chump Wump.
Do you throw down Karma this turn or no?
Hell no. That shit's going to die so fast.
Yeah, so... it looks like she's thinking about Ezreal.
She's just like, you know what? Ezreal doesn't matter in this matchup. Throw the Ezreal away. Let's see what you got.
Oh my god, this matchup is ridiculous. And it's so hard. I'm like...
Because you're just passing back and forth. You're really rolling the dice on what you're going to burn.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm like, okay, so what does Numiel, like, as a caster, what does Numiel play next? Well, let's see. You can't play the chump wump because it adds cards to your hand. You can't play the deep med because it adds cards to your hand. You can't play anything else because there's nothing on your opponent's field to target. So it's between Karma and Ezreal.
I mean, you could Static Shock face and hope you find something to piss away again, but
it's like what?
Here we are in turn 10. Do we start firing off Karmas?
Oh my god, man. I am so curious as to, now that we're at turn 10 and we have some action, I'm so curious as to how this actually plays out here.
I mean, it might have behooved Numiel to actually empty her hand a little bit just so that you can go for a turn 10 Karma Deep Meditation and try to find those burn spells.
Does it make sense to play Karma first or be the second person to play Karma?
I don't know.
Because
I don't come into these situations very often where we're in a Karma Ezreal mirror and we're just sitting here staring at each other for a couple of turns. And by a couple, I mean literally the first 15 turns of the game. Finally, we see some action. Numiel throwing down the Chump Wump does have the Mushroom available. Lobster, what do you want to empty out of your hand? You have so many bad cards in there.
So, okay. I'm surprised she decided to go with the Chump Wump. Like, out of... You have the Karma. You have the Ezreal. So, now what? You're trying to bait out removal from your opponent onto your other units to try to get a Karma to stick?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But this is exactly what's going to happen. What we see is just going to keep stunning it. Like
you say, yeah, it's okay. So you say, "Hey, Freshlobster, have you ever played Legends of Runeterra before? Are you going to gotcha this, or are you going to save it for my Karma?" And Lobster says, "Oh, I actually have played Legends of Runeterra before. I will save it for your Karma."
Yeah, and now Karma going to hit the board, which I feel if she plays Karma, I just feel like that's now really awkward because, like, what do you? She's going to pass priority over. Is it like this
is where we're at. This is where we're at.
This is
it.
God.
It's peak Runeterra. Lobster actually gets the attack now.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Did you say attack?
Yeah, Lobster can attack. He has the tail of the dragon onto his stun Chump Wump. Can just go in for the 3 damage.
Hold on. We can do that?
Legally, yes. I can't stop you.
Like, I forgot there was an attack token in this game for a second.
This is the Cold War, and we're not firing off nukes just yet, but Lobster is like, okay, what if I do shoot an officer? Like, is that a war crime? Are we going to really start something over this?
Oh, my God, man. This is terrible. This is... All right, here we go. So, here's what I think.
Okay.
I got nothing.
That was so... You can't just say, I think, and then not say anything.
Okay, all right. So...
Tell me your thoughts.
I just, at this point, all right, so Freshlobster clearly has to attack. He has 3 damage coming down, which, I mean, might get targeted by something. I mean, we see that.
Looks like he's debating going for the Yone and just going for a big attack.
That's what I'm saying, right? And Yone, you know, he gets you additional target, too, which is not terrible.
Yeah.
And we see that he doesn't, I was going to say, Numi actually doesn't have a way to deal with Yone. Or,
Will of Ionia.
Yeah, she has Will.
I think the bigger concern is that if Lobster plays Yone, Numiel just plays Karma.
Oh, that's a good point. You're trading your ability to play Karma with your opponent, and then now having Karma on the field without your opponent having Karma is bad.
Yeah, and now Lobster kind of just telling Numiel, like, hey, I have Thermogenic Beam. If you play a Karma, I am going to blast it back to the Stone Age. And Numiel says, I guess I'll play Eye of the Dragon.
No, Numiel says, I wish Bastion was already a card.
Yeah, so that I can make... You know, Karma and Ezreal are 2 different regions, right? You can't have Targon in Karma Ezreal.
You didn't hear
this isn't Singleton Gauntlet.
They're changing the rules, okay? That's why they put it in Gauntlet to playtest it, and now we're going to get it, okay? God.
I'm terrified of this. Don't bring this around. Do you know how hard it's going to be to stat track and cast 3 region decks?
Oh, dude, it'd be terrible.
This is why, if there's a Gauntlet tournament and they're like, hey, do you want to cast this? I'll be like, no. They'll be like, there's 1 million people watching. I'm like, I don't want to look like an idiot in front of 1 million people trying to tell you what these 3 these 3 region decks are going to do and look like. I know my limits as a human being.
Oh my god. Well, we have a Static Shock coming out. We got a target, baby. We have ourselves.
All right, perfect. We're at 1 target to 2. I don't even have to bust out the sticky notes for this one. I can count it on my fingers if you go slow enough.
Oh my god. and they gotcha. Okay, we have another target. We got targets. We got the trading of targets now. Things are happening. Oh boy, this is. Oh man. All right, so now do you?
I mean, like you can get down Ezreal, but does that mean anything?
No.
I do like continuing to empty the hand for a Karma Deep Med. But we're still a ways off of that. Ooh, Mystic Shot. All right, piece of the puzzle number 1 assembled.
Okay, so we have... All right, this Karma is just going to get tanked, though, immediately.
Yeah, but it's going to get tanked by an 11 mana Thermo Beam.
All right, so... All right, I mean, I like the attack first, technically.
Yeah, I like the... Oh.
I don't think it matters, but... All right, wow, okay, we have a Karma.
So I guess what Numi's going for here is if you do go for attacks and then Lobster stuns, Karma's still in Thermo Beam range.
Yep.
You say either you Thermo Beam my Karma now, because like if Lobster passes priority to let Numiel go to combat here, I'm 99% sure Numi just passes.
So, okay. Oh my god, this is... We're finally at the point where there is a Karma on the field. And still, like... Let's take a step back for a second.
Okay, let's calm down.
Both Ezreals.
Okay, yeah.
What are we at? Do we know? 2
for Lobster, 1 for Numi.
1? There's only 1?
Yeah, she static shocked that tail of the dragon that you see right there.
The one still on field, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so actually, all right, ooh, this is bad because now Freshlobster very much has more targets on the Ezreal. This keeps her Karma on the field though.
It looks like she's actually going to go for the long game, like the infinite game of like I'm going to get more Karmas into my deck than you are.
Ooh.
That's nothing, right?
Counterfeit copies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like if she shuffles a Mystic Shot in or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like that is the game plan.
Yep. Oh boy, we have ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen.
I like this because, so, if you Sumpwork map the Karma, then Lobster can go for Concussive Bomb onto it, but that means it's not dead, and you get to untap with your Karma. Otherwise, he eats the 5 damage before he actually gets the Thermo Beam down onto it. But I am still very scared for how this is going to work out for Numiel not having that backup Karma in hand.
I really want to see this counterfeit on Mystic Shot. Like, I really think that that's the way that she like wins this game.
She needs a Karma to get that done, though, and she has already sacrificed 1 copy of it.
She can't save anything with this, right? So yeah, I think you just start playing spell. She's forced to play. I mean, you can still play counterfeit on Mystic Shot. Like, you don't need double. I mean, that's kind of overkill.
I mean, she is going to burn a couple of cards here, though, if she goes for this Static Shock. I almost feel like... Do I prefer Gotcha?
Wait, yeah, do you get rid of counterfeit and then... Oh, no, sorry, no, she doesn't have enough mana.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels so bad.
This is why I didn't love the Karmas inside of Ages.
Do you mind burning cards?
You need to draw Karmas, so yes, because you are looking for one specific card you really can't afford to. Now she's just thinking, what do I want to do with this last spell that I actually have here? And it looks like it will be Mystic Shot onto the Yone.
Okay, so
3 targets for Numi, 3 for Lobster. We're all tied up in that regard.
Are you sure there's only 3 for Lobster?
Yes.
I feel like he had a stun plus 1 other...
Oh, sorry, yeah, I think he's at 5 now, between the Yone and the Thermo Beam.
Yeah, I think he's at 5 and Numi's at 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does she care about burning cards? It actually wouldn't have mattered because she would have drawn the first card off the Static Shock and it would have been the Karma. But
wow.
Doesn't burn the cards, picks up the Karma. Yeah. We have a game on our hands again.
I think so. The fact that she was able to get counterfeit into Mystic Shot, I think, is what's going to win her the game. I think she's going to be able to just draw so much burn at this point that Freshlobster won't be able to deal with it.
But Lobster has more Ezreal targets. He is at a point where he can actually level the Ezreal. And I mean, like, Lobster still has 2 Karma. He still has 2 Deep Med. He has the world available to him. It's really the mana that's holding him back.
Well, actually, let's back up a second, though. With this Karma and Static Shock, that's 3 more targets right now.
Yes.
Possibly more if something else. I highly doubt something else will get played, but still. Not to mention, there's other targets in her hand as well.
I think Numi goes for Key Guardian before she goes for the Karma Static Shock play, though.
I agree.
And then
yeah.
Lobster will be forced to Will of Ionia, the barriered up Karma.
I agree.
Actually, just going to go for it right now. Going to tie this up 5-5.
That seems odd.
I don't mind it, just because I still don't think Ezreal is necessarily the win condition.
Mm-hmm.
And like you do want to, you don't necessarily want to draw 2 cards off the Static Shock. You are really playing a game of hand size right now, and these deep meditations, they're still not coming down anytime soon, I don't think. But with 8 extra Mystic Shot in deck, I mean, Numiel does have a better chance at cheaply leveling the Ezreal.
Wow, yeah. So I don't know. I would have preferred to see the Karma come down, get the extra targets potentially out of the Static Shock. I mean, I do understand that you're only getting 3, even if you get the Karma on the field, and you're drawing a lot, which is kind of problematic right now, as we just saw last turn. So maybe it won't matter. She has another stun that she just draws as well, plus Will of Ionia. So that's 5/5. I mean, she has the 3 targets in hand. Even easier if she does get this Karma down and plays something like Gotcha. So it might turn out that Static Shock ends up being the correct play there.
I'm surprised she still hasn't drawn a Mystic Shot. Like, almost half her deck is Mystic Shot.
I mean, well, yeah, at this point, yeah. Wait, did she play... The counterfeit was played with Karma on the field, it ended up being, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that means... What is it? Does it shuffle 4, right?
Yeah, so 8 were shuffled
8.
in. She has 2 left, so there's 10 Mystic Shots in her deck.
Yes.
And Numi... I think firing off a deep med here would be great. The problem is you can't go below 4 mana, otherwise Lobster does get to slam a Karma knowing that you don't have Thermo Beam.
Mm-hmm. Even though she doesn't have Thermo Beam.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an unreasonable expectation.
You do have Will, though.
Yeah, you do have Will. You do have Will, so you even have that backup.
Yeah, so I think that's why she's staying at the 5. You can at least Will it and then give yourself a chance to draw into Thermo Beam with something like Deep Meditation. So suddenly this game, finally, on turn 17, it's getting interesting.
We had to see action eventually.
It was bound to happen one turn.
While Lobster draws first blood, Numi makes the first move.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're pretty much back to even on board states. Both players sitting at the same amount of Ezreal targets. I think Lobster might be up to 6 now after that concussive bomb.
Yes. I think Lobster's at 6, Numi's at 5, but she does have the Karma that she can play. Freshlobster over here as well does have... Wow, okay, that's a desperate target.
So that puts Lobster up to 7 targets, and he did this now because there's no way that Numi gets to develop the Karma. And that's really the only thing you're afraid of her developing. It does get the Ezreal down, but that doesn't mean nearly as much.
Well,
although it does represent an attacker, and Lobster's hand doesn't actually answer this very well.
Ooh,
look, a Steel Tempest.
Okay, so I mean, he can... so that's going to be the last target for Ezreal. So he is actually going to get the Ezreal Karma combo down, I think, first.
But with the Will of Ionia gone, Numiel has a barriered Karma. Lobster can't get rid of this turn.
Yeah, this is big. This is a big deal.
And even if Lobster plays his Ezreal, like, Numi has a Karma out. She can kill anything she wants without any problem.
I know, Karma's like God when she hits the field, right? Like, doesn't matter. Karma just owns the field.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Karma is a female god, and when she hits the field...
I'm pretty sure they call those goddesses.
Goddesses. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Female god.
Hey, same thing, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah, you just said it in a weird way, like female actor. It's like, you mean actress?
Listen, we've gone over this today. English plus me is difficult.
That's fair. I feel like I've actually seen the phrase female actor in a lot of headlines. I wonder if that is actually, like, you just don't blanket use actress, and, like, there is a time and place to use female actor.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to, like, really push the fact that it's a female instead of a male, I don't know.
I feel like the word actress does that. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
We finally got some action. The time for color commentary is over. We're all play-by-play now. Look at this. Lobster has a leveled Ezreal.
Wow, okay, so opting to go with the Ezreal here. Still going to have the Steel Tempest if he needs it, probably for the Karma, whereas this other Ezreal will block the attacking Ezreal if that's a thing. But we are going to see the concussive palm come out. And actually, this is going to be a huge board all of a sudden for Numi.
So,
wow.
Lobster... Oh, never mind. Lobster actually can't get the karma down now.
Yep. And
I guess he's just going for the lethal, and he might have found it. There's no way he found it, right? You need to play 5 spells to deal 10 damage.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2... Well, yeah, right now he needs to play 7 spells. Yeah, no. Well, he could probably have it maybe between this turn and next turn. So that might be what he's going for because he has the deep meds, right? So if he keeps rummaging right now...
Well, the awkward part is he needs to Steel Tempest the Ezreal, otherwise Numiel gets a Mystic Shot and can kill Lobster's Ezreal.
Well, I'm pretty sure because the Ezreal's stunned, she might just have lethal if this attack goes through.
Yeah, and then it's kind of awkward. Like, maybe you have to Steel Tempest the Karma to actually survive, but you need to Steel Tempest the Ezreal to actually win the game, especially because this Claw of the Dragon is going to come down off of this double concussive palm.
She could even... no, there's no reason to develop the Dragon Link. You just...
No, you want that 2 mana so that you have the option of Mystic Shot this Ezreal. Or, I mean, it might even just kill Lobster if you Mystic Shot his face.
Now, I'm trying to see, is there something we're missing? If he could Thermo Beam the Ezreal.
Yeah.
But then he takes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he does live. If he does that, he gives himself the opportunity to save his Ezreal. So that Numi won't get... Yeah, and it does look like he's going to go that route. So this saves his Ezreal, and it's going into his priority. So he actually is now setting himself up for a clear-cut Karma Ezreal. He's got 2 Rummage and a Deep Med. Very possible he finds lethal.
Yeah, Numi doesn't actually have the removal for the Ezreal despite 10 Mystic Shots in her deck. And even if she top decks it now, as you said, Lobster's going to have the first priority sequence. Gets to develop the Karma.
Wow.
And I guess now we play the Dragonling. How much damage is this?
So
this is 9, 14, 16 if we play the Dragonling.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 16 with the Dragonling. Nothing else really matters. I imagine this health pot will come in handy once Freshlobster goes for lethal. But I have a feeling that he gets his Karma down. That's just going to be game.
Yeah, with 2 Rummage and a Deep Med in hand, I'm hard-pressed to imagine Numiel actually surviving that one.
Okay, yep. Going to go ahead and do this now while her Karma is safe.
See, I'm a little surprised not to see the... No, I guess... No, yeah, because you could play the Dragonling this turn, go back up to 13. Lobster plays Karma. On your first priority sequence, you play Health Potion first, then start doing what you need to do. You're up to 19. Oh. There's a Shroom.
Okay, I don't think that... Okay, no, so actually, here's the issue, though. Numi has 2 Deep Meds in hand, which could very easily pull a shit ton of burn out of her deck.
Well, the bigger part, Lobster only has 10 mana. You actually can't kill Numiel with 4 mana and a Karma Ezreal.
1, 2... So
the most you'd be able to do is 16 damage.
Oh, he's 1 off. So if she digs and finds one of
there's no way she doesn't
shots,
find a Mystic Shot off double Deep Meditation. It's literally impossible.
All right, let's see. Here's number 1 for 4
Mystic
spells.
Shot, Mystic
2,
Shot,
3,
Mystic Shot,
4.
Mystic Shot. Are you kidding me?
God. All right, we got one more. Oh wait. Oh, she actually can't play it.
Yeah, she doesn't have hand space.
So now you do this and hope you draw another Mystic Shot? Jesus.
Well, this sets it up so that if Lobster throws out any fast spells in response, you do still have the gotcha available to kill the Ezreal. But, I mean, you could go the other route of play the gotcha first, and then if you play any fast spells, I just kill you in response. But I think I like the Static Shock a little bit more. I can't believe she didn't find any Mystic Shots.
That's nuts. So much for them shuffling. Oh, my God. Jesus.
This is why Counterfeit Copies is a bad card. It doesn't shuffle them into the deck, it buries them in the deck.
And actually, it says really small fine print at the bottom of the card. Put them at the bottom of your deck. So...
Even then.
Wow. This is going to be really interesting how this plays out on the following turn. I imagine we're going to see... Well, he probably just lets this happen, right? There's no need to respond to this.
And there's not a whole lot of reason not to respond to it. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's like no, one way or the other doesn't really matter. You could kill... I mean, you could kill the Karma.
Numiel does have deny left over, so if you do
Yeah.
commit the 2 mana to the gotcha, you actually don't kill the karma. And then Numiel should find lethal next turn.
Yeah, well,
I am worried that she wasn't able to get it done this turn, though, but she is in a position where even if the karma dies, you know, the double static shock resolves, all we need to do is draw a mystic shot.
Yeah, seems so easy when you say it like that.
Yeah, I cannot believe she whiffed on...
Oh, my... Oh, wait. Oh, there's no Ezreal in play! Oh, my God.
Gosh. She burns an Ezreal, too. This is Numiel's last Ezreal.
Okay, wait, but she can play it, though.
Yeah.
Well, she can't. but she can't right now because...
But I think Numi actually has this because she gets to kill the Ezreal here. Lobster gets to fire off all of his gas, doesn't get to develop another Ezreal unless he rummages into one.
It's so interesting to me right now how there's so much going on that's so outside of what's happening on the board. Because, like, Freshlobster's at 2 and Numi's at 17. That has no bearing on who wins this game.
Yeah.
Like Freshlobster being at 2 actually doesn't even matter. It entirely depends on the amount of burst spells and Ezreal and Karma. Like, it's insane.
So Lobster rummages. If he draws Ezreal, he gets to development, or he gets to develop it. I believe he wins the game. He's got a very strong chance to win the game. He'll have 10 mana available for the Karma Ezreal already on field. Has burst spells in hand. There's a chump bump. There's an Ezreal. But what about the shrooms?
Oh.
There's a shroom.
Oh my God.
Come down to does he top deck a shroom?
How many shrooms are in this?
Because if Lobster is going to win the game at burst speed, he's got to draw some cards.
Oh my God! So he needs to develop the Ezreal and pray to God he doesn't draw a shroom.
Yes.
Oh my God! Wow! And all of a sudden, this game got real spicy. Oh!
Oh my! That is not how I. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me right now? That's how this ends? Numiel can't find a mystic shot off of 10 draws, and all of a sudden Lobster's dead to a top deck poisonous puff cap. Timo, eats your heart out.
God! First the War Mothers, now this. Oh my God! I felt that. Right here, man.
That mushroom hit me in the heart.
Oh, I feel like I just got
That
stabbed.
mushroom hit me right in the heart.
Oh my God, I can't believe what we just witnessed.
That is what I hoped for out of Numiel versus Freshlobster. But I never could have dreamed it would have been that good.
All right, and that's it, folks. Wow. Are you kidding me? Like, the shroom, man. We've seen Freshlobster have some pretty bad luck in the past, missing 5 War Mothers in a row in some previous tournaments. I actually think it was in one of the PCS tournaments, and just, I don't know, man. It's just, that is some crazy gameplay, but in order for them to even get to that point where Lobster possibly loses by 1 shroom, as we actually discussed in the cast, both players had to play incredibly well in the first place. So my hat's off to both players, both absolutely outstanding players, Legend of Runeterra players in general. And Numiel obviously going to go ahead and advance there to the next round. So everything from here on out is going to be day 2 footage. You're going to see the semifinals of the losers bracket, the finals of the losers bracket, the finals of the winners bracket, and the grand finals of the PCS trophy for that $500 grand prize for first place. So as always, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.